Once I've managed to track down a piece of text, which can take literally 2 or 3 years because, you know, these are scripts, these are alphabets that may be read and written by as few as a dozen people in the whole world, then what I have to do is to get the text onto the piece of wood. And I tried all sorts of fancy techniques to do that until I discovered that you can still buy carbon paper. Who knew? This is a piece of text in Syriac. Syriac is really interesting because it has this extraordinary lineage that goes back to the great empires of Persia and Assyria and Babylonia. Because in those days, the lingua franca, or the generally used language of civilized people, was Aramaic. And in fact, most of the great documents of history have come down to us written in Aramaic. Even the classics of Greek literature, for example, and many biblical documents were written in Aramaic. And Aramaic was written in the Syriac script, which is this script here. Those civilizations obviously have long crumbled, and in fact the Assyrian Empire, which was one of the great empires of the pre-Christian era, has been sort of scattered to the winds. And when that happens, you get this gradual sort of cultural decline that takes place as individual Assyrians are separated from each other, they assimilate into other cultures, etc. And I was lucky enough to get an Assyrian gentleman called George Betschlimon to actually write me out a couple of pieces of text in Syriac, using an authentic pre-Christian Sharpie to do so. And I've got 2 of these here. I'll show you this finished one. This is a proverb, and it says, "Do not build up stores of silver and gold. A great poison is in them. Instead, gather education." So I'm hoping that a major university is going to offer to buy this from me for a large sum of money. This one is a piece of advice given by King Sennacherib's advisor to his nephew. And it's wonderful. It's if you are wearing shoes, step on thorns and clear the way for your children and grandchildren. I love that. What I do is to take the text and blow it up or blow it down so it fits the piece of wood that I have available. And then I tape it in place, and I put a piece of carbon paper underneath, and then I use probably the least expensive, lowest tech tool in all of my weaponry, which is a ballpoint pen, Exhibit A, and simply go over the writing in ballpoint pen, and the image is transferred onto the wood, and I can then go ahead and carve it. One word about this wood, by the way. At the moment it just looks like sort of dusty brown. It's actually called flame mahogany. And when there's a coat of finish applied to this, this will burst into flames. It will be utterly extraordinary. And one of the great things about flame mahogany is that if you take it out into the sunlight, every angle catches the sun differently and just glows. And I'm actually going to be painting the letters not in black as I often do, but in gold. And one of the reasons I'm doing that is because I'm reminded of King Nebuchadnezzar's dream, where he dreams that he sees the prophecy of his own doom written on the wall in glowing letters. And one of the interesting things about painting on a darkish wood in gold letters is that they glow like that, and they have this even eerie spiritual quality about them. They're not as crisply defined as black letters are, but they seem to glow from the heart of the letter and have that quality of spiritual intensity about them. And so, having done the image transfer, what I'm going to do is go ahead and do some carving of this.